Here's pre-calc. It's problem 11-28. Velma and Edgar work in an accounting office. If they work together, they can complete a corporate tax return in 2.5 hours. Assume that Velma and Edgar were both working for the entire 2.5 hours. Working alone, it takes Edgar 35 minutes longer than Velma to complete the return. How long does it take each person working alone to complete a corporate tax return? So we were doing this during our Zoom meeting, and I had it all set up. Oh, this looks like a mess. So we figured out that 2.5 hours is 150 minutes. And then I was saying distance equals rate times time, but in this case it's jobs. So one job would be whatever your rate is times however long you work at it. So I solved this for rate, and that's going to be distance over time, which will be 1 over time. So that's where this 1 over x comes from. We actually ended up looking at the answer key. So they got 1 over x times 150, because that's the rate, times the time. And this would be Velma, I think. And Edgar was 1 over Velma's time plus 35. Okay, so this is how I set it up. The time of Velma is equal to the time of Edgar, or Edgar's time of Velma plus 35. Anyway, we did all this, and it seemed like everything was going fine. And then I dropped an X right here. So I was right here, and we wanted a common denominator. And so the common denominator would be x times x plus 35. So we did all that. And then I went to do cross products. I want this top part times 1 is equal, or basically you could say I multiplied both sides by x times x plus 35. You'll notice right here I lost my x. That is supposed to be that. So that's where I'm going to pick up right there. That's why our problem didn't turn out. So if I pick up right there, now I got my x back again. So then I'm just doing algebra and getting myself a quadratic. And then from there, we already did the whole problem, but we just had a little bit, the numbers were a little bit wrong. But if we did all this work with the quadratic. If you use this quadratic, if you use those numbers, it'll match the answer key, and it should turn out. So, right, because that's b, so negative b squared. If you just do all this work, you'll get Velma's time and Edgar's time. Okay, so we just lost, we dropped an x.